Alright, Doshin the Giant, here we go. 3, 2, 1, now!
The time has now come for me to tell my tale. Rising from the sea with the morning sun, the giant strode ashore and was met for the very first time by the island inhabitants. Upon seeing the giant, rather than being surprised by the fact that they had a strange apparent lack of height. However, in time, the giant would indeed grow bigger and further surprise the natives with his actions, both good and bad, by absorbing the people's happiness and anger. The giant grew bigger and stronger. This is a map of the island. Something seems to be happening in the field. The coloured area is the centre of town. This area is special for them. Humans will build a special monument there. The Earth of Dirtland has no energy. It looks like the humans want some trees in this area. Trees can be picked up and carried around. The gentle giant is no more. His face is a mask of rage and fury. If you jump, you can dent the earth with the weight of his body. He's gone berserk. The gentle expression on his face is nowhere to be seen. The angry giant only destroys. He cannot carry things. The giant has become peaceful. His face is a picture of benevolence. The gentle giant does not destroy things.
This time we might just disappear.
Look, it is a house. The building protects humans from weather. New humans will be born from the building.
What the fuck am I playing Doshin? I got a paper to write.
The people are now happy and give out love. When love makes a full circle, the giant is filled with love and grows bigger. But you have to make a full circle only with love.
Good, they're in the mood for landscaping today.
It looks like the humans want to create their buildings on level ground. You can use the magic power to raise the level ground.
Reminded that just because it has a timer doesn't mean it's a speed run.
It looks like the humans want to create their buildings on level ground. You can also use the magic power to lower the level of the ground. The people seem to want you to move the obstacle.
Damn it. Oh, yeah, so I figured out the construction speed is actually not just based off whether or not you're looking at something, which I knew pretty early on, but it's also based on how close you are to something. It's a combination of those two factors. Yeah, so Green Village is being a champ this run. Red Village is being a little bit retarded. Sorry if I sound like crap, I'm still sick. I'm contemplating whether or not I feel well enough to go to class tomorrow. On the plus side, I'll skip a stupid history of emotions US class. Oh, dude! Alright, if you were from the Sonic stream yesterday, I also run a game that is the polar opposite of Sonic Generations. This is Doshin the Giant. It's a really odd first-party Nintendo title from the era of the N64 disc drive, but it got ported over to the GameCube. However, it only saw a release in the JP regions and the PAL regions. If you've ever heard of Black and White, this is basically a watered-down version of Black and White. I don't know, I fell in love with this game about like 2-3 months ago, and just ended up deciding to speedrun it one day. It's a fairly long run, yeah, but if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Black and White is one of the God games. The general idea is that you play as a giant hand with a creature, and you influence island people to do good deeds or bad deeds. No, Black and White, the Lionhead Studio game, developed by Peter Molyneux.
Humans have begun building a monument. They seem to want a flower.
So if you scroll down on my page a bit,
Brighten
you'll
up
see
even the most
a
dull of moments.
guides and
How to make a
pastebins
flower.
category.
I think it bears
There
some
should be an
relation
Imgur
the
link
tree,
to a Doshin the
but
Giant route.
I've forgotten how exactly.
Alright, well, the general idea of this game is to build 16 monuments. You start out with 4 villagers, or 4 village colors. Red Village up in the North Peak of the main island, Green Village on the West Valley, Blue Village into each stitch, and Yellow Village chilling by itself over here. So your build, yeah, this was released in 2002. I believe it was a launch title. Yeah, it was a launch title for PAL regions, and the idea was that Nintendo was taking a big risk on 2 N64 disc drive games. Animal Crossing and Doshin the Giant. So what they decided to do is they decided to split it up.
He is too small to climb the mountain.
Doshin the Giant came over to the PAL regions, which is Europe, and Animal Crossing came over to the United States. The idea was that, you know, whichever game was more successful would see a release in the other area. Needless to say, Animal Crossing was a huge commercial success. Doshin the Giant was basically unheard of. Yeah, anyway, going back to the monuments. You see, the Green Village right there, they're building a monument right now. So I wait for that to finish and I destroy it. I changed their village colors by bringing over a new villager from a different area, and that'll make them build a different monument. It's basically sequence break in this game, because what this game intended you to do was to create an entirely new village. But that is an incredibly slow procedure, and I experimented around with all the ways to do that fast, and it's just not feasible in a speedrun.
Oh, he became a little bigger.
Then again, this game is not really a feasible speedrun in the first place. Yeah, so like I said, this was an N64 disk drive game. The monuments are not a monument to Doshin the Giant. There was one that it's called the Mysterious Sigil, or Mysterious Symbol, sorry. It has an image that looks sort of like Doshin on it, but it's kind of left up for interpretation. Now, they just build various things like something that looks like an ice cream cone, a totem pole, a pyramid, a sphinx, a fountain, a tower. Yeah, the N64 disk drive version is not a very good game. It was developed on an absolute shoestring budget, and there are so many things wrong with the game. This game got a major graphical update when it was released on the GameCube. Like, you'll notice the water has some very nice bump mapping on it. Yeah, it's got that great reflection quality to it. But then there's like the villagers who look like they were straight ripped out of this drive version. I'm moving around the trees for two reasons. Oh, damn. What a champ. The first is that villagers require trees to cover certain areas if they want to build objects. And they need to build houses and other useless structures for them to build a monument. The second is that if you put 7 trees next to each other and bring over they'll be built 7 trees next to each other. Afterwards, what happens is those trees wither and die. 8 new trees come out, and then a flower comes out. You hand a flower to a town center, which is in a village, while they're working on the monument, and it'll become a regulation monument, which is the actual thing that you need to complete the game. Yeah, so what I'm doing right now is I'm carrying the yellow villager over to the green village because they have finished their monument.
And he will also grow bigger. However, the circle must be completed.
And coming up is one of my favorite little tricks in the run. Just because this is entirely not intended. So I should mention that there's actually a pretty good physics system in this game. But it'll basically boil down to there are destructible objects and indestructible objects. Destructible objects count as houses, buildings, etc. And indestructible objects count as Doshin. The terrain, for the most part, I'm still not entirely sure how the terrain works in this game. It's mainly that it's a stupid terrain. Darn it, I thought I left a tree there. And another very important indestructible object in the game is the ceremonial hairpin, which counts as your spawn point, because in the morning, or when the sun sets, Doshin dies, and you respawn in the morning. I should... Darn it. Should be just about right. Close. Wiggling my arms, I'm raising and lowering the terrain. Villagers require flat ground to build on, and this is one of the major headaches of the run, because it's not a very precise method, or changing the terrain is not very precise whatsoever. Oh my god, I'm losing time here. Jeez, that took too long. And I'm guessing they already moved on. What was the point of that? Come on. Yeah, Blue Village sucks because it's basically inside of a ditch. And there are sloped walls everywhere. Trinidad. Oops, stepped on someone. Gosh. That put me behind schedule by a fairly large margin.
Grab hold of the land and pull. You can make mountains this way. If you keep on pulling, you can even make mountains rise up from the seabed.
Alright. Now I can get back on track. Yeah, so you'll see Green Village already completed its monument. Red Village is building a monument. And Blue Village is going to get close to a monument fairly soon. Yeah, just... Oh, no, I do not. It's very helpful for a lot of things. Because when you get to a certain size, your terrain modification, the way you change terrain, becomes drastically different. Because usually you just hold down X, lower terrain, Y, raise terrain. But if you hold down both, once you get to a certain size, you level terrain. And because the primary goal of terrain modification is to level terrain, you can just make construction so much easier. Alright, hairpin, indestructible object. When it collides with a building, a destructible object, the building is destroyed, the villagers don't notice, and they don't get mad at you. And they don't have to rebuild anything else, because it was just such a targeted strike. So I'm heading over to Blue Village because I want them to speed up construction right now. And construction speed is based off two things: how close you are to something, and whether or not you are looking at it. I like this one, it looks like a penis. Really deformed penis, but can't all be porn stars. These splits don't actually mean anything, in case you're wondering. Alright. So now that Blue Village has started on their monument, I'm going to head over to Red Village just to try to speed up their construction on whatever they're doing. I think they might be building a house. Yeah. So I'm going to grab a green villager. Take him over to Red Village, and it'll become a red-green village. I should mention that you grow in size by doing good deeds or bad deeds. I just did a good deed by bringing over a villager, and they became friends. So I got hearts, and if you get a full circle of hearts around your heads-up display, you grow in size. However, if you do a bad deed and scare villagers, you would, but these guys are pretty tough. Alright. So now that you can see from the heads-up display, I don't know if you can, it's I think I'm streaming this at 480p. You might be able to see it, but you can see from there that they want a flower. It is incredibly important that you give villagers a flower when they're building a monument, otherwise they will build a monument that looks like a coiling piece of shit. So yeah, you want to avoid that. Just make sure you get them a flower early, or leave a flower before they even start the monument. However, that's also a really risky move, because you can only have one flower on the map at a time, unless it's being used by a village. So if you create a flower and it's way out of the way, like in Yellow Village, just say, "Ah, darn it, I messed up there." Whatever, I kind of expect Yellow Village to go a little south every now and then. If you leave a flower way out of the way, you're going to have to go over there and carry it to where it needs to be. That is incredibly slow. Alright, I'm heading back over to Red Village, because I want them to get started on a monument before the end of the day. Yeah, at the end of the day, villagers go to sleep. Doshin dies, and what does Blue Village need? It's a little odd. Yeah, but when villagers go to sleep, they can't do anything, and then when they wake up in the morning, there's a brief time period where they're not doing anything. However, if a monument is under construction, the game just kind of calls it a wash and says, "Alright, yeah, well, I guess people are working on this." It's a little silly. He just respawns in morning. He loses his height. When the sun sets, the guy who's giving you messages throughout the day just comes, darn it, comes up and says, you know, as the sun sets, you know, the giant's footsteps grow heavy, or something similar. Is that flower? Alright, this village is being kind of slow today. I'm behind pace, definitely. I can still make it up with a really strong second day. Ideally, you want to finish this run in 3 in-game days. Days last slightly over 30 minutes. So I kind of route everything out so that I get as much done in a single day as possible. I'm probably missing some topics to discuss, so just scroll down and you'll see a general list of stuff I do in this run. I'm a little surprised that Blue Village hasn't finished yet. Also, notice how they're eating a pig? The pig just sinks into the ground. They're just chopping at it with axes. They should disperse in just a sec. Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I think they're done working for today. Well, that sucks. Okay. At the end of the day, they sometimes go into, like, what I pretty much call a festival mode, which means that they just start dicking around. They'll eat up any animals that are close to them. It's not a good thing. Alright, given that, I'll just hang around Yellow Village and speed up its construction. I don't have much time left in the day, so this won't help much. Uh-oh, these guys are doing it too. See that they're just sitting down. I don't know, maybe it'll snap out of it.
The sun begins to set, slowly receding into the distance. Soon it will be time to say farewell. At dawn, as the sun begins its climb, the giant will appear from the sea. As dusk draws near, the giant's footsteps become heavier and heavier.
Gonna let the day ending song play. Yeah, so there's basically no music in this game.
The sun departs the island sky. The giant's body grows cold. The day draws to an end on the islands. Will the giant reappear tomorrow?
Doshin is a great game. It's just incredibly odd. Yeah, I just have a foo bar up, and you'll see that I have at the bottom right corner a little title of what song's playing right now.
The giant's life force is intertwined with
Yeah, you see
his
my
inside.
size reset in the
With the
morning.
dawn of each new day, the giant will be reborn. This area is devoid of green energy. The people can't build here. The gentle giant is no more. His face is a mask of rage and fury. You can uproot trees and carry energy around.
It's actually really hard to see in the morning, and you just transform into Doshin, the red giant.
The angry giant only destroys. He cannot carry things. He's gone berserk. The gentle expression on his face is nowhere to be seen. The giant has become peaceful. His face is a picture of benevolence. The gentle giant does not destroy things. Something might be buried under the house. Lift up the house and see what it is. Ah, they look so happy. They've become friends.
Fun fact, I pretty much perpetually have this song stuck in my head. I play Rooftop Run, Act 2, way too much.
This is a map of the island. Something seems to be happening in the field.
Yeah, I'm carrying this over to Red Village.
Sodoro Memo provides useful information. You can check it by pressing the Start button and selecting Sodoro Memo. It is renewed every day.
And hopefully
Don't miss
they'll
it.
do the, like, you got it thing. Which realizes that... Which makes the villagers realize that, yes, you got a new villager. Whoa, 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 what the hell? Damn it, they glitched out again.
The people seem to want you to move the obstacles.
Yeah, so that makes them terrified every once in a while.
The villagers are praying to the giant. They think he's a god. Now that a tree has been planted, green energy has appeared in the area.
What happened was, is they're normally supposed to be really happy when you bring over a villager,
If the
but
giant
every
uproots
once in a while
trees,
they just
the
get
energy of the land is
terrified and
lost.
they just give out
This
so much
damages
hate.
houses. Humans have begun building a monument. They seem to want a flower. A flower can brighten up even the most dull of moments. Of course, I've got it! When trees are gathered together, a flower will appear on the ground. Without a flower, a regulation monument can never be built. Don't forget it.
Alright, I'm gonna check on Yellow Village. Wait, no, I know I don't need to check on the Yellow Village. What am I doing? At least not now, I don't. Grab a blue villager. I think I grabbed a guy. Yeah, take him over to green village. It'll become a tricolor village, but then I'm gonna step on the yellow person and make it a double color village instead. But now here's the part where it's basically where's Waldo.
Oh, he became a little bigger.
Actually, I can probably just drop this off at Red Village. Might have to wait a second though. No, I won't. They are clearly more than halfway done with the monument. Doesn't look like Blue Village needs anything.
Oh, he grew rather big.
Yeah, so day 2 is the day where you just grow huge. Because you're constantly juggling between these 3 villages and Yellow Village as well, but Yellow Village is being a little bit special this run. Should be at just the right size to squeeze in here. No, I'll play it safe. That's a glancing blow. That just clipped through it. Totem pole is kind of hard to destroy. Yeah, that is correct. Whoa, did I get a perfectly even split in this game? That's silly. That should never happen. Like I was talking about earlier, Nintendo took a risk with this game. and Animal Crossing. They weren't sure either were going to succeed, so they decided to split it up, give Animal Crossing to the North American region, and give Doshin the Giant the PAL region, and see which one would be more successful, and the more successful one would be brought over to the other region. Animal Crossing was a huge success, Doshin the Giant wasn't, and that's pretty much the story.
If Doshin makes a new flower when there is already one in this world, the new flower
I'm kicking the flower over because there's a brief pause in between when the game will let you do anything with the flower, and or in between when it's created and when the game will let you do anything with the flower. It's actually pretty fun, but you kind of have to go out of your way to create your own fun. That's why this game works for a speedrun so well, at least in my opinion. I know a lot of people disagree with me, but there were a bunch of really cool things I found out about this game when I was routing it, and I just ended up loving this game all the more. I would say that if you're trying to do a completely casual playthrough of this, you might be a little bit disappointed, but as a speedrun, it's a great game. Wait, what am I saying? It's an interesting speedrun, it's not a good speedrun. That was odd. Actually, no, screw it. Yellow Village is way behind. I gotta go over to Yellow Village. I can't afford to make them any more behind. The odd thing about Yellow Village is that they're gonna be perpetually slow, because I'm never close to them, and I'm almost never within camera range of them. Both those are basically required for your village to be anything besides a slow piece of crap. Yeah, if you have any questions about this game, I am almost certain I will be able to answer them. I make a claim that I know more about this game than anyone else outside of Japan, and I feel like that's a very fair claim about this. Like, for instance, did you know that you can see that that fish is being carried by a bird right now? That was an Easter egg left in by the terrain modification guy, or the guy who was in charge of improving the terrain when it was ported over to the GameCube. Yeah, that's what I say. It's a safe claim. This game's kind of been forgotten. Right now I'm on track for a good pace now. The story is that there's a legend told on the island. And the legend is that with the morning sun, a giant rises from the sea and helps out the villagers. The giant possesses both the qualities of being a helpful giant, which is the yellow giant, and an evil giant, which is this. And then there's also like a too deep for you aspect, which is that the narrator was the island all along, and some other crap, but the story is just something holding this game together. Yeah, the narrator is the island. The island is Garuda, and narrator is Sadoru. Yeah, I only use Joshin when I'm going around the island, to be honest. He's much too destructive to be useful in a speedrun. What a champ. I'll play this safe. What really is interesting about this game from a speedrunner perspective is that a lot of it is freeform. You gotta come up with this stuff as you go along. I have a general set village order that I build in. You know, general techniques to speed stuff up. But nothing really goes as planned with this game. Like, there, I was going to go over to Yellow Village to pick up a villager and bring it over to Green Village. But because I've played this game often enough, I realized that that was a bad idea. So I came back here to give Red Village a flower. That just saved the run. But for all the mistakes that I catch like that, there's several more that just happen because this game is odd and quirky. So I have to learn how to deal with those. Red villager? I already have a red villager. What am I doing with this person? Darn it. I wasted time, because I'm stupid. Whatever, I need to grow bigger anyway. The idea is that I get to a size that where the narrator says, "Wow, now he's huge," by the time that Yellow Village finishes their monument, so that way I can just pick it up and drop it in the sea. That'll instantly destroy it. Because it is too slow to carry over the hairpin to that village. Wait a sec. Did I give the green villager back from Red Village? I honestly can't remember. Crap. Oh well.
These are boxes.
It'll be a big time loss,
Something
but
might appear
I don't
if
think
you
it'll end a run.
Don't worry, you can tell what is inside by the markings. Of course, I've got it. When trees are gathered together, a flower will appear on the ground. Without a flower,
Nope, that's not where I
a
want to throw it.
regulation monument can never be built. Don't forget it.
Even if I didn't, I'll probably be okay still. Because, I mean, I haven't built the 3-color red village monument yet. That village needed something. Wasn't able to give it to them. Yeah, that's basically what you have to do when you get this big. It's a balance between playing carefully and playing fast. Whenever I step on a villager, I need to check what color I stepped on. If it's the native village color, I'm almost certainly going to be okay.
Oh, he's really grown big now.
But there are times when I won't be. Okay, that was 3 colors. So if you walk slowly, you can push stuff out of the way, and it's much harder to step on villagers. Damn it, I was hoping I wasn't gonna hit that. Oh, that's not close enough. I think Blue Village needed me to help out with something. Yeah. Obstacle. What would be the obstacle here? No, there are no different endings. This is why late game Green Village is stupid. They try to build into the side of this cliff pretty much every single time. That wasn't too bad, to be honest, this time. All I have to do is give them a tree and slightly level terrain, and they'll be okay. Don't even need to touch the terrain, they'll be good on their own. It is... I have to juggle a lot of crap in this run. Alright. I have not built the fountain yet. Fountain is red yellow. Need to find a green villager. There. Oh, this works out perfectly, because I need to be over this area anyway to give them a flower. Fun fact, I have this story, or this song in this playlist, because I don't know if you guys know about Awful Games Done Quick. Not awful, awesome games done quick. But, a guy I know, his girlfriend's really fat, and we always joke about him sleeping with his girlfriend who is fat. And this is kind of like their unofficial dance song. Yes, we're making fun of a guy for having a fat girlfriend. Planning to go to Summer Games Done Quick. I'm gonna offer this game, Farmman Hero, and Castlevania Legacy of Darkness. The joke is that his girlfriend is fat and that he actually broke his finger because his girlfriend sat on it. It's an inside joke. Yeah. Dude, this Twitch stream delay is brutal. Yeah, like a 30-second delay on your streaming service is something I would expect out of real networks. There you go, you got it. Please don't stop your monument because I did that.
Now it's huge.
That was risky as hell. The monument might despawn now. I'll just blow this gigantic lead I have. Alright, that should definitely be enough to bake this up. Nope. Scared the bejesus out of them. What did I open? That was villagers. I'm fucked. I don't have much time left in the day. Just pressing left trigger, change my color. This game actually has a dedicated screenshot button. Yeah. They just building a house? What happened to that? Whatever, I can check Twitter. No, I need to hang out with Yellow Village as much as I can right now. Now let me check Twitter and stuff. What's good, niggas? It's your boy ZFG. I'm a real nigga and we are free. Gotta do my daily trip to KFC. Playing OOT now, cause I quit TP. Damn. That is good. Swear to God, every single conversation I've ever had with my mother is 20 questions.
The sun begins to set, slowly receding into the distance. Soon it will be time to say farewell. If the giant is to reappear, chances are he will be the same size as when he first appeared on the island today. The sun begins to set, slowly receding into the distance. Soon it will be time to say farewell. We all miss the giant. Sunset is a special occurrence that calms the hearts of humans.
Alright. That's probably enough waiting around for now. I'm not gonna lie, the last day or so is a lot of waiting around.
What history will the giant make this time? Trees are a store of vital energy.
How far along are they?
As with all living things,
That's almost done.
can survive for so long. Once this is
That's a
happened,
make or break
green
point
earth
for
will return to
despawning.
the Dirtland. The giant can pick up people and carry
I just
them
like the
to
idea of
villages.
them waking up in the morning and just realizing their shit got wrecked.
Here's an interesting fact.
Sphinx is
The
kinda
colour
hard
of
to
a village's
destroy.
flag is the same as the color of the tribe of that village. You can't stamp on a human. You should walk softly. By doing so, you will not stamp on them. That villager seems to play rather than work. But I think that such a lazy person
What am I
is
tripping
able
on?
to work as well. The angry giant can force the lazy person to work.
What's really cool about destroying a monument right in the morning is that they'll usually be okay with starting a flower. Or needing a flower and building a new monument. Holy fuck, how can a parent send 6 texts in 30 seconds?
If you gather trees together, a flower will be born with new trees. A flower is required for the construction of a
I'm actually pretty
monument.
hyped for
Don't forget it.
summer games done quick. Finally get to see all my speed friends in person. Oh, monument finished. Oh my god, how do you send so many
Humans in this
texts?
town are angry about losing their friends.
I didn't get a chance to see the Sonic R run.
The villagers are praying to the giant.
They think he's a god. You are a god.
They seem to give a new friend from another area a warm greeting.
That was a pitiful jump.
They look so happy. They've become friends. A new culture will be born from the merging of tribes.
God, those fucking songs are awful. Don't even try to deny it. They're not even campy. They're just bad. Oh. Wow, DSS being there for a Sonic speedrun at a GDQ, I never would have guessed.
Oh, he became a little bigger.
I'll have to check out that VOD. Runs I would recommend watching from the GDQ, or AGDQ this year. The Metroid Prime run, the Halo 2 run, the Beautiful Joe run, the F-Zero GX
I
run,
remember him.
and the Kirby's Adventure run, just to see Controller Head be drunk out of his mind. Seriously, Controller Head actually got kicked out of HDQ for being too much of an alcoholic. Uh-oh.
Hold on. Don't tumble.
How are they already done with that? Not complaining, this is actually the most optimal situation I could possibly be in. Just gonna carry one of these over to yellow.
Could get along better.
And I leave it on Fountain, my favorite monument. Actually, I should create a flower first. You're safe than sorry. There we go, Alcatraz strats. Wait, did Red Village destroy its monument somehow? It probably did. Okay, they got that. The cool thing about Yellow Village being last is that I don't really care how long it takes to carry over the ceremonial hairpin. So I can go for ultra safe strats.
Oh dear, he is disliked.
Oh yeah, that's right, I terrified the shit out of them earlier. Nope, it's on the other side of this monument. This can work. Guess you just set up with new strats on the fly. This guy. And they're gonna definitely be faster. Damn, I love random coincidences in this game. So, I don't need to go to Yellow Village for my last monument. I only need red, blue, and yellow. This is already a red-yellow village. To carry over a blue person. And what are you trying to build here?
Rather big.
Damn, I'm gonna start doing this every run. This worked out fantastically. I will be incredibly surprised if this is not world record. Yes, it is. Yeah, this is pretty much guaranteed world record at this point.
the humans don't rebuild the completed monument. If you want to rebuild the monument,
Damn
you
straight.
have to destroy it.
Sick weaving strats. Who did I step on? Green. Literally can't care. That's gonna cost me probably. What's everyone doing? Whoa, please build a monument, please. Come on, guys.
Oh.
Fuck it, let's scare them into working. I can, but I don't really want to, because the more people are in a village, the faster they work. No, you cannot shank the giant. Sweet! Good villagers. Yeah, so I'm just gonna sit on my ass and wait. Sorry, there's not much to commentate at the end of the run. It's literally just waiting for this to be built. There we go, that's Tower of Babel. It's not done yet. I gotta wait for it to actually finish and a cutscene to start. Why not? Yeah.
They've finally done it.
Yes.
Why would the humans make a building that blocks out the sun's rays?
Yes.
The island sinks. I'm embraced by soft and bottomless darkness. In this darkness, I will sleep. My consciousness is getting thinner. In time, I will no longer be able even to spin my words. Is this the meaning of death, or is it the start of reincarnation? This island is called Barudo, and my name is Sodoro. Barudo, Sodoro. This island and me, we are one single entity, unified forever.
And that is Doshin the Giant. There's some gay shit about building a rocket after this, but it's basically no lost time whatsoever.